Hello and welcome back to another video. I'm back in the Lake District and I'm currently in the beautiful Borrowdale Valley, one of my favourite places in the Lake District National Park. So I stayed in Borrowdale Youth Hostel last night, easily one of my favourite youth hostels in the lakes. Definitely check it out if you haven't been there before. And I've got a really nice 10-mile route planned today. We're going to be heading up 3 Wainwrights that I've never been up before. So the first one I'll be heading up is called Glaramara. The second one is Rosthwaite Fell. And then at the end of the route, I'm going to head up to Castle Crag, which is just over there. And this is the first hike I've done in a while where I'll be ticking off some new Wainwrights. If you followed my channel for a little while, you'll know that I started the Wainwrights from scratch. I'm currently sat on about 150 now, so there are 214 in total, so we haven't got too many left to tick off. Glaramara is one that I've wanted to do for quite a while now. I've recently watched a YouTube video of a fell runner called Joss Naylor. If you're into fell running, you'll probably recognise the name because he's a legend in the fell running world. But he did a crazy route across the Lake District on his 60th birthday. I think it was called 60 in 60. And it was filmed probably in like the 90s, early 2000s maybe. And they got some awesome footage of Glaramara. That really did pique my interest, and I watched that about 2 or 3 weeks ago. You might be able to make out, I don't know, but there is a light dusting of snow on the higher peaks. That wasn't there when I arrived here yesterday afternoon. There has been quite a bit of snow in the lakes about a week ago, but a lot of it is melted now. I was expecting a little bit of snow tonight and it looks like it has happened, so hopefully we get a little bit on Glaramara. And just a reminder, if you are wanting to do stuff in the mountains in the winter, you know, you should always check the mountain weather forecast like I did last night. Pack all the appropriate kit just in case there is going to be snow and ice, because this time of year anything can happen in the mountains and it is always so much colder up on the tops. I've got my micro spikes to put on in case it is icy and a bit snowy on the tops, but I think we should be okay today. And obviously if there was a lot of snow, you're going to be looking at needing crampons, ice axes, but we're not going to need that today. And also, because I am out solo today, I've let my loved ones know what I'm doing today and when I'm going to be back. So yeah, just a few little tips for you if you want to do any sort of winter hiking. But anyway, I'm going to stop talking now. Like I said, Glaramara is our first Wainwright of the day. And as always, I'll be catching up with you throughout the route and I'll be showing you all of the beautiful Lake District views. Hopefully it's nice and clear on the top and I can show you some nice snowy peaks, because we will get some awesome views of Great Gable, Scarfell and Great End. So we'll be looking over some of the bigger mountains in the lakes. Thank you for watching the video, and I'll probably catch up with you when I'm up at the top of Glaramara. So we're about a couple hundred feet from the summit of Glaramara now, which is there, and this route is already completely blown me away with the snow and everything. It just looks absolutely insane. And we've just hit, if you want to call it, the snow line. There's a little bit of fresh snow underfoot. It's very slushy and wet. A bit higher up at the peak there, it looks like a bit more of a covering. And I've just caught a glimpse of Great Gable over in the distance, and it looks like Gable's got quite a lot of snow on it, which is awesome. It's what we love to see when we're out hiking in the winter. The route up here has been pretty steady, to be honest. A lot of bog trotting. And one thing to note for this route, if you do plan on doing it, is definitely have your map and compass. And if you use GPS on your mobile phone or you've got a device, highly recommend it if you haven't already. The OS Maps is brilliant. But yeah, I've plotted the route on my OS Maps app just because it is relatively easy to get lost on this route because the footpaths aren't very clear in places. So yeah, that's just something to bear in mind if you plan on doing this route. Okay, we're hitting some serious bogs now as well. This is just something you've got to accept when you're on the fells in the winter. It's constant bog avoiding and yeah, basically getting your feet wet. I always wear waterproof socks. Waterproof shoes and boots don't really work, do they, unless you've got a really good solid leather pair that you've looked after. But in the winter, you just got to accept your feet are going to get wet. So waterproof socks, game changer, I'm telling you. They've been an absolute lifesaver for me because most of my footwear isn't waterproof because I wear a lot of trail running and fell running shoes for my hiking. And yeah, we are now getting a nice little covering of snow, which is awesome. But yeah, just going to be very careful underfoot and see what it's like up on Glaramara. But yeah, look at that view, it is insane. You can see all the way over to Derwentwater. You've got the Skiddaw and Northern Fells, Blencathra over there. You can see all the way over to Helvellyn and the Eastern Fells as well. And then on this little pointy thing here, that's Fleetwith Pike. And you've got all the Buttermere and the Buttermere Fells over there. And I think that big lump there is Grassmore, and oh yeah, it's just awesome up here. The nice thing about doing a lot of the routes around this sort of part of the lakes, I think you'd call this area the Central Fells. You just get these insane 360-degree views that are they're just next level. You can see all the way around the lakes because the peaks are quite high here as well. You get superb views. So yeah, I'm hoping at the top of Glaramara we're going to be in for a real treat today. But I thought I'd catch up with you here just because in the exposed areas there has been some really bad wind. So I think when I get to the top of Glaramara, I'm just going to touch the summit and get off relatively quickly, and I'll capture a couple of shots on the camera for you guys, obviously. So yeah, I'm going to put the camera down now. Let's show you the summit of Glaramara. Head over to Rosthwaite after, which is that fell right there. You can actually see a little person stood on it right now. Probably catch up with you around the Rosthwaite side. Why is Rosthwaite so hard to say? Rosthwaite, Rosthwaite's a bit of a tongue twister. So yeah, I'll catch up with you around Rosthwaite and yeah, show you the views from over there. But what an awesome place. So just made it down off the summit of Glaramara. It got a little bit hairy at one point, so you probably didn't see much footage of the last section up to Glaramara, but this sort of rocky face here goes right around the summit, and I got to the base of where the footpath goes up to the summit, and it's very steep and it is definitely classed as a scramble, and there was quite a bit of snow on it. So I got my GPS out and I saw that if I walked around the side a little bit, I could see the contours were a little bit less aggressive. The snow build up there was much nicer, and I did actually put my micro spikes on very quickly. They're in the back of my bag now. Just for that last sort of 30-40 meters, the snow was a lot more frozen and it was a bit icy. So yeah, I put the micro spikes on just for safety, taking no risks, especially when I'm out solo. So yeah, skirted around the side, made it to the top. Awesome views up there. It was blowing an absolute hoolie. Got off there very quickly, and I've just made my way around the side, which is a much easier way to get off than that face. Just thought I'd quickly make you aware of that rocky face. So if you are coming up in the winter and it is a bit snowy and icy, just bear in mind that that section's a bit sketchy, and in the summer as well, obviously. But an awesome summit. We had some awesome views up there. So like I said before, I'm heading over to Rosthwaite Fell now, which is the next Wainwright. And when you take a look at an OS map, you'll see that there isn't an official footpath from Glaramara over to Rosthwaite Fell. I'm sure if this snow wasn't here, I'm sure I'd be able to see a trod going over there. So I plotted a route before I came out where we miss out this sort of rocky ridge here. But if you head too far over to the left, once you've bagged Glaramara, you're going to find yourself at a bit of a cliff edge, which obviously you don't want, especially when it's a little bit snowy and icy. I've come off the summit here and I'm dropping straight down into this sort of little plateau bit, and we basically go around this craggy area here, just a little bit safer. And when you're doing a route like this, it's always good to take a real good look at the map, because this area of the lakes isn't as popular as some of the other parts. There's not always official footpath, and I can actually see now just down here, looks like there's a nice little footpath to join onto that people have sort of created, and that's going to take us right around the crag here, which is perfect. So yeah, although it's going to take us right through a bog, this is a very sort of clear footpath that people have obviously used over the years. And I just looked on my GPS to check that we're sort of heading in the right direction and everything, and we are. I mean, just look at that view over there. You can see over, so they're the Langdale Pikes over there, that's the Langdale Valley. The very big mountain over there that is in the cloud, I'm not 100%, I believe is either Bowfell or Great End. So that's Crinkle Crags over there. So that's, yeah, I think I can see the band going up to Bowfell. You got Great End and then Scarfell way in the distance, but I don't think you're gonna be able to see that very well today with the cloud. I had actually originally planned to do Scarfell today and go up the corridor route. I'm extremely glad that I didn't, because I think that would have definitely been, you know, a proper boots, crampons, ice axe job today. I'm gonna crack on now. I'm gonna head around this crag here to Rosthwaite and bag our second Wainwright of the day. So I've made it back down into the Borrowdale Valley, and I've decided to not do Castle Crag today. I've done 3 big days out in the lakes now, and I've just got back to the valley, and I'm looking at it and I really want to enjoy that Wainwright. And the only reason why I've been doing it now is for egotistical reasons, so it looks cooler on my Strava, and I shouldn't be doing that. So I'm going to leave it. I think it'd be really nice to do from Borrowdale Youth Hostel one evening in the summer where it's a really nice sunset or something. So yeah, I'm going to leave that one and enjoy it, because if I went up now, I just want to get up it and be off it as quick as possible. So yeah, back in the Borrowdale Valley, we bagged Rosthwaite Fell. Really nice little Wainwright that, lots of beautiful views. I last caught up with you when I was in the snow. The route over from that point to Rosthwaite Fell is probably the boggiest terrain I've ever experienced in the Lake District. My feet are absolutely drenched. Even though I've got waterproof socks on, they did fail me after a little while, so my feet are soaked. So yeah, navigationally, it was quite challenging as well. There's no official footpaths up there. So, and with the snow, it was quite hard to navigate. So I've had to do a lot of adapting with the route today. Kept on checking my map, making sure I was sort of on course, and we made it to Rosthwaite Fell absolutely fine in the end. And my original plan was to actually drop off this side of Rosthwaite Fell into this valley. I decided against that just because there wasn't any footpath down that way. It was just a bit of a bog stomping route, and that was more to go over to Castle Crag to cut the corner a little bit. There's more of an official footpath coming off Rosthwaite Fell back down into the valley that I originally begun today's walk. I absolutely love this river. Some of you may have watched my Lake District Traverse video. Part 1, I ended sat down on one of those rocks there, having started over near Ennerdale Water, made it all the way down to Borrowdale. So this is a bit nostalgic being back here, because that was one of the best things I did all of last year. Absolutely loved it. So we're going to come down here and finish this video here as well. Awesome day out. Felt so good to be back bagging some new Wainwrights, seeing some new parts of the Lake District. The views up there were just amazing. I love looking over sort of like all the mountains that I've already done from a sort of a different perspective. Feel extremely tired after 3 full days in the lakes, but feeling very happy. So I'll end the video here. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for all the love, all the likes, all the new subscribers. Really does mean the world. And I'm sure I'll be back in the lakes very soon, making some more videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.